Hi everybody, welcome to a new episode of Anna's Nail Advice, where we go through your emails, your data, your pictures, and we give you some advice on it. Whatever it is that you got going on, let it be an allergy,
Fungus, no.
fungus,
No.
fungus among us, whatever it may be, you send us your deets,
Trouble.
your trouble, your issue, whatever you want to call it. You send it to us, and we give you some advice.
Okay. I hope you were recording.
Of course I was.
Okay, he's better than me. Alright, so today we are going to talk about nail damage.
Again.
Alright, so this is the picture that someone has sent me, and yes, I see a lot of damage and I see this problem. But first of all, I wanted to show you
what the customer has to say.
Huh?
What the customer has to say. Customer. Customer?
Exactly. What?
Oops. Wrong word.
Huh?
With.
Anyway, so first of all, I wanted to talk about the beautiful skin around her nails. Yes, it's a little bit dry, but obviously she wiped her skin, as I asked, with probably alcohol or something. But as we can see here, very nice and healthy proximal nail fold. And that is pretty rare nowadays when everybody's trying to kind of get rid of what they think is cuticle. But anyway, very nice. Good job. Very, very, very nice. Now, the nails are a problem. So let's see what's going on here. I took gels off at January 27th, and my nails have been slowly recovering. Second picture. Okay, so I'm going to be the cuticle police now, and correct you. I mean, in the best way possible, with lots of love. Because if we don't use the proper terms, we get confused, and that's where the whole confusion comes from.
Right.
So it's not, nails cannot recover. Why?
Because they don't grow from the bottom up.
Because they're dead. Right? The nail doesn't recover. No, seriously. So exactly, yeah, they're not growing up, they're growing out. So
right.
You would say that my nails are slowly growing out.
Correct.
Because as of January 1st, how many months? It's, okay, 3 months, no? February, March, 2 months. 2 full months, so the growth has been, no, January 27th, so the full, full February, March. Yeah, so just over 2 months. So you're not gonna get a lot of growth, and we can actually see here, so this is 1 month, 2 months. 1 month, 2 months. So yeah, that makes sense. So they are growing out, second picture. But I am worried about my fourth nail, ring finger nail bed is still off from nail. So what's happening is the nail is off the nail bed, or the nail has separated from the nail bed. Okay, so let's very quickly go back to,
by off meaning separated.
Yeah, so let's go back to Doug Schoen's website, schoenscientific.com. There is a link to this page in the description box. So let's see what we're talking about. The nail bed is here. The nail plate is here. So the nail cannot recover from here up. It has to recover from here. The healthy nail is forming here, and it's going to grow out. So in 2 months, you kind of grow out up to here. Okay, and that's what's happening. So these are the proper terms, and we have to, and I'm not trying to be, again, you know, the cuticle police, because I am the cuticle police, but using these terms is so important, because then we are on the same page. We'll go back to this later. So the nail is coming off, or the nail is separating from the nail bed. It's also a little sore. That's a little bit concerning, problematic. I have put a little plexi gel on it, so that helps some. What can I do to help it recover, or will it heal ever? Yes, it will, but I don't see the, maybe she did it now. I don't see the plexi gel on this nail. I don't see plexi gel. So there is a patch here that looks doesn't look like plexi gel. So there was some gel on this nail, and now I'll show you older picture. All right, so as you can see, this nail didn't start separated, or it didn't look very separated earlier. What happens is anytime you put any type of coating, even nail polish or especially gel or especially hard gel, these products will coat the nail and they actually raise the moisture level in the nail. So then the nail becomes almost clear. And as the product is removed, that area becomes more white. So it's still there. It's just that now you can really see the separation that's going on here, because now this area has dried out. This area here is overfiled, and probably why, so this is onycholysis, the proper term, where the nail plate separates from the nail bed. And this can happen for various reasons. Sometimes it happens due to even allergic reactions, certain nail diseases or conditions. For example, psoriasis, it can happen. I don't think that's the case here. But very often it can happen due to trauma or overfiling. So it could be both. So what's happening here is that I'm seeing here overfiled nail. And this can definitely cause this issue. Now, once this happens, this will not grow out by itself. It just has to, this is not going to reattach by itself. It has to grow out. So the healthy nail has to grow out from here, from the matrix. But when you have a situation where there is a lot of moisture underneath, this is not like a proper environment for healthy nail growth with too much moisture underneath. So personally, what I would recommend, and sadly, is that I would definitely shorten the nail. So clip it or file it as short as you can without causing you too much pain. And I would not apply anything on top of the nail, because anytime you apply anything on top of the nail is going to retain more moisture, and sometimes you can have like a bacterial infection starting underneath. So I would keep this nail short and dry. I would definitely use oil, not necessarily underneath, but on top, because using oil is going to give you like a proper balance of moisture. So you're not going to have as much moisture evaporating, and you're not going to have as much moisture entering the nail plate. So this is what I would do. And sadly, like what people are saying or hoping is that the nails are going to they're going to heal or recover. But unfortunately, they don't heal because they're dead, and they don't really recover. They just have to grow out. So what I would do, I would just keep the nails short, and as the healthy nail grows out, and just have a lot of patience as the healthy nail grows out, hopefully it will reattach. And you know what? I had the same situation happening to my thumb, I would say almost 20 years ago. So what I did is I picked off a gel from my thumb. I was just kind of playing with my nail and I picked it off. And then I noticed, and then I actually was just kind of like bending this thumb because I was just playing with my nails. I used to bite my nails, so I'm a picker. So what happened was the nail plate separated. I got onycholysis. And for months, I hoped that the nail was going to grow out, and it never did. And eventually, because I kept the gel on, eventually I developed some bacterial infection underneath. So it was kind of yellow and almost greenish. I know, very gross. What I had to do is I took off the gel from that nail and then I cut it really short. I mean, I don't recommend you do this, but I did it for my nail and it worked. So what I did is I just cut out this completely. And the nail eventually grew out, but it was a long process. It took, I would say, at least a few months, because the nail, let's say, grew 1 millimeter, but only like 1/3 of the millimeter reattached. So I shortened it again. Again, I grew out 1 millimeter, and I saw that it kind of reattached only half. So it was a very, very slow grow out, but eventually it did, and ever since my nail is fine. Let's see what else would she say. Here are my nails today. Still some plexigel left on the middle finger. Which one is the middle finger? Okay, yeah. Gel left on the middle finger. I don't see any gel. Maybe it's her other hand. Maybe it's just like this area. You have to be very careful with removing the product. Any tips how to gently get it off? Plexi gel, you could soak probably with acetone and just hope it comes off. Like you would have to soak it probably for like at least 5 to 10 minutes. So just wrap the nail in a foil and just see if these last pieces will come off, and then just use like a orange wood stick and kind of push it off very, very gently. But looking at the original pictures, you can see how the nails were overfiled. So the red patches here are overfiled areas. This is overfiled. This is really overfiled. This is all overfiled. So the variation, you see, healthy nail is like this. It has one color. It doesn't have all these areas. This is all patches of overfiled nails. And same here. It's overfiled, overfiled, overfiled. Yeah. So let's see if we have any other pictures. Again, going back, hyponychium is damaged mostly in the fourth finger, also others, but not so much. Will it recover, and can I do something for it? Okay, so like I mentioned, hyponychium, again, let's just look at the Dagshun's page. So hyponychium is this little, area where it's like a seal between the nail bed and the nail plate. So this is a seal that you don't want to damage, by the way, and that sometimes gets damaged when this area is overfiled. And here, another seal is the cuticle tissue. So we have two seals here to protect the nail where it's growing and the underneath of the nail. So I would, again, shorten the nail. I would not apply anything on the nail. Use a lot of oil and creams, urea-based creams, salicylic acid-based creams, because that will help the health of the nail. Salicylic acid is also anti-inflammatory. It's really good. Urea is very good as well. It's moisturizing, but also it exfoliates the skin a little bit. You'll see a big difference when you use it on a regular basis. And use very gentle lotion every time you wash your hands, and just dab of oil every time you wash your hands as well. Okay, I'm moving the camera. Okay, let's see if there are other pictures. This is the same picture. You can see how this nail is nicely growing out. And again, so many people are into buffing their nails because they think that, well, obviously it makes the nails nice and smooth, but when you are buffing, you're just removing layers and layers of the nail. And you're removing the protective layer of the nail, because the top layers of the nail are the most dense layers. And when those layers are removed, then your nail plate is susceptible to even more damage, more staining and things like that. Someone has asked me a very good question, asking if it's a good idea to always have nail polish on your nails. And this is just kind of my guess. I think the more important thing is to have the nail plate healthy and intact, because natural nail has naturally that protection built into it. So the top layers of the nail are like a built-in nail polish, like a built-in coating. That area is stronger and it's tougher, and it protects the nails from drying out or from absorbing too much water or from absorbing stains as well. So keeping that top layer there on the nail, it really protects the nail. Let's see if there are other pictures, but I think this is it. Yeah, we've seen this one. Yeah, you can see that there is. Yeah, I don't see any gel left here. I think it's she means this little patch. Yeah. You know, when you're taking a buffer block to the nail plate to remove little pieces, what often people do, they just put the block on top of like a full nail and they're buffing it like this. What happens is then you are, because the buffing block is very flexible, you're filing the whole nail and they don't realize. So when you want to do that, have the block on an angle and just make sure that the contact, you're making the contact only with the area where you want to remove, but like really wear good glasses and see what you're doing. So don't keep it flat on the whole nail and buffing it, because you're gonna remove too many layers, and nail takes about 5-6 months to grow out completely, so it's going to take a long time to grow out healthy. Okay, so I guess this is it for today's video. I hope it was helpful. I have many more videos to make, so I hope you're not getting sick and tired of these videos, and so I'll see you in the next video, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. Bye. What's happening is the nail is off the nail bed, or the nail has separated from the nail bed. What?
Take your arms off the table because you're shaking the table.
Okay, well, how was I supposed to know that when you were like...
I'm trying to, it's like, okay, arm off, arm off,
No,
arm off, arm
I
off.
can't, because I have to be...
Just try and be mindful of
The nail
movement.
bed is still off